Okay. Hey guys, so if you don't know me, my name is Miguel Martinez. My wife and I are the founders and directors of This Is Vida, and the directors, hosts, whatever you want to call it, of the Here I Am experience. The point of this podcast is for you to understand what happens behind the scenes on the field. And this specific one is super relevant, I think, for everyone that has gone or is about to go on a mission trip. I promise you, every question, everything that was said here, I've heard a million times in different ways. And it's not to say, well, it's always the same experience, but the feelings are very similar. So if you're struggling with a mission trip, if you're struggling with figuring out if you're called to go, or if you don't understand what the experience is about, I would highly suggest that you watch the entirety of this episode, because although it's about a year and a half old, because life happens, and I'm sorry, um, this is extremely relevant and is kind of timeless, in my opinion, regardless of if you're doing medical ministry, construction, you're bringing fuel efficient stoves, water filtration systems. The experience is the same as long as we are sharing the gospel. A lot of the fears, a lot of the concerns, and a lot of praise reports are also the same. So you're gonna hear the before and the after of our friends here, and I'm super thankful for all of our friends from Lakeshore Church for that trip. It was our second to last trip in Guatemala before This Is Vida became a U.S. based ministry, taking care of missionaries and training them so we can spread the gospel better. At that time, we were in Guatemala doing pastoral ministry in the village of Bola de Oro. So, anyway, that's my long intro. It's been over 2 minutes, so enjoy. Bye.
My name is David.
Jenny Sorensen.
I'm Malachi Coffee.
I'm Nero Gracia.
Janice Murphy.
And this is our first mission trip.
I'm with some amazing people from Lakeshore Church. They're with us for a shortened team here with This Is Vida. And they just came, you guys landed last night? No, yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning.
Noon, right?
Morning,
Yeah.
afternoon, 1.
Yeah. So we're going to have fun with them. We're going to ask some questions, are going to be very simple questions. And we're going to ask them some questions right now that they're starting their mission trip, and we're gonna follow up with them. This is everyone's first mission trip, so I thought it would be fun for you guys to listen to the perspective of someone who's never been in one, and then after the week, see if you like it, see if you hated it, it sucked, you guys didn't have fun, or you guys had the best time of your life. So we're gonna ask a few questions, and anyone feel free to jump in. Sounds good?
All right.
Okay, thank you guys for being here.
Fix your face.
Fix your face, man.
Fix your face.
If you know, you know. It's okay. So, what is your biggest expectation in coming on a missions trip?
For me, I think it was, I'm David here. It was just ready for the next level of my spiritual journey and wanting to get closer in my journey and my relationship with the Lord, right? So, it's been from the start, it was, we went through our growth tracks, we went through serving at the church, and, that's all great and said and done, but as you said yesterday, Miguel, you talk about the Great Commission, God called us to go to all the corners of the world and spread the good news, and I think what I wanted to take away from it is learning how to be more of a servant. So the expectation is fulfilling my obedience to the command to fulfill that Great Commission and, growing in that spiritual journey.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. So growing, basically. The next step, growing your spiritual journey,
That's right.
fulfilling more of the Great Commission.
Level up. Yeah.
That sounds good.
I'm gonna have to piggyback off of David on the being a whole serving, because I didn't sign up originally for the mission trip. I was just minding my own business one day, and Tina told me that 2 people had some health issues, and then she asked me, "Would you like to come?" I was like, "Sure." She's like, "Awesome, you speak Spanish, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I speak Spanish." So I'm like, "Okay, let's bring you on. This will be exciting." I've never been on a missions trip before, but I will say lately I've kind of not separated from God, but I've steered away a little bit, not to like back in sin or anything. When we all sin, right? But just felt a little bit lost. I felt lost. And then as I'm packing, I had no expectations.
Yeah.
But as I'm packing, I pull out a shirt that I don't remember where I put it, and it just said serve on it, one of our serve shirts. I'm like, okay, I think God wants me to learn how to serve
Correct.
and be a better servant. And then with you telling us the mission, the ministry needs to be, and just missions alone, it's being servants for others, going out and sharing the gospel. So I guess my expectations is learning how to grow as a servant as well.
Okay, awesome. So serving others, being available.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Ladies.
I think mine is like maybe knowing or hearing God. I feel I'm a very type A person. I go by the book, and I feel like in my head I check box like, read my Bible, check. I serve a church, check. And I just do certain things because I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. And there are moments that I have, especially because I serve at the youth at the church, where I feel such a connection with younger individuals and their openness to surrender a lot more than adults. So I guess coming here trying to hear God or let him tell me what I need to do to have more of a personal connection. I have a lot of fear of like losing control, which is a lot of being a Christian and surrendering to God, and that just how I grew up, I cannot let go of a lot of control that I have.
Yeah. Thank you for
feel
sharing.
I think mine is I was coming here. We decided to go on a mission trip last year, and I came here to draw closer to God, but I also wanted to serve how Jesus served, and I just wanted to dig deeper, draw closer, and just grow in my relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
So that is, I think by the time this trip is over, I think God will accomplish that. But definitely looking forward to how he's going to show me and different things each day and each moment that I'll learn through him.
If I want to add on to, I'm very proud of you, honey, because you came up with a good idea with washing the women's feet here. I felt like that was part of what Jesus did for his disciples. He came here to serve, right? Not to be a master over anybody. So he was teaching us how to be servants, how to humble ourselves. That was a powerful experience. I did feel the Holy Spirit earlier working really powerfully.
Yeah, I really felt the Holy Spirit there too as well.
Yeah.
It was
grateful
intense.
to be able to do that for them and pray over them. So
Feels special. Yeah.
yes,
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think for me, lately I just felt kind of like stale with my relationship with God. Like, what's the next step? What do I do now? And then I heard about the mission trip, and I heard it was in Guatemala, which is where I'm from. So I was like, that would be awesome to go serve my people.
For sure.
And so I thought it was a good way to kind of get to know the country where I'm from and like serve God and serve his people. And it's just like, I didn't know what to expect whenever I first started. I was worried and stressed about it. But like as we're going, I'm just finding more peace about what we're doing, getting more excited about it.
Pretty cool.
Double win for you, right?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Pretty cool. So I think we can summarize all of y'all's expectations into we want to grow.
That's right.
We want more. I'm not satisfied with what I have right now. I know I can do more. I know he can do more for sure. The Lord can do more with me and through me. I think that's fair to say that summarizes all of your expectations, even if they come from different places. Is that fair to say?
That's
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
I agree.
Awesome.
but I also think that we honor the Lord by seeking Him.
For sure.
Because that's what He wants us to do is constantly seek Him.
Yeah.
So when we're here, we're also seeking Him. So we're gonna get.
Give him a spiritual nudge.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool to understand that you're far from home. This is nothing like church where you are. This is nothing like your small group, nothing like this. But the Lord is the same. Our God is the same.
Right.
So it's pretty cool to get almost like a fresh wind of, this is a side of you that I haven't seen.
Yes.
Right.
Because Angel and I, I'm from Guatemala. I'm not from Dallas, definitely. But to me, it's a fresh wind to go. It's like, I get to see how other people are worshiping. So it's fun how, even if our cultures are different, our backgrounds are different, our Lord is the same. And that's very special.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start with you.
Okay.
So you said you were feeling scared and afraid of certain things. So can you share with us? And the question right now is, what is your biggest fear coming here? So as you're getting prepared.
My biggest fear was leaving and not having accomplished anything, like just kind of going and not like playing my part. Because I like to be useful. I don't know. I just wanted to come and serve, and I was afraid that I wouldn't do that just because I've never done it before.
Yeah.
I mean, I've served like at the serve days at our church, but I haven't
sure.
like done anything
Yeah.
out of country. So
Yeah. So there's that. We're gonna go in reverse. So then it's you. You share last.
Oh, what I feared the most, I guess it wasn't so much about coming here. It was more so what I'm used to. You know, new people. I'm around new area, new culture. You know, so which that's behind me now. So
Yeah.
but that was the only thing that I was in fear of, and you know, being away from family and
For sure.
my dog.
We're also fearful of how you might respond if you see how the dogs are out here and they're out and about and they're
Right.
you got a heart for the doggies, the fur babies and stuff
I got
like
a heart
that.
for people and animals, but
Yeah.
dogs are, I call them everybody's babies back home. So to me, they're babies, and I look at them and I want to
Yeah.
pet the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pet the dog?
Shepherd that dog.
Can I say hi to your baby?
Okay, so fear of the different, leaving family behind, your community behind. Let's see.
I think my fear was being too emotional and saying that with like, I'm so emotional, I can't serve others because I'm taking care of myself more than others.
Yeah.
It's hard to like hear conversations or see certain things and not like immediately start crying for me. So I'm just extremely emotional.
Makes sense.
For me, I feel like my biggest fear was coming here, not being adequate, not being enough, or not having a role. I mean, as a translator, but I felt maybe my Spanish would have been slightly broken. Would they understand me? Would I understand the slang? And then again, I've never been on a mission trip, so I don't know how I'd be helping, especially when I heard that we were going to be spending time with women and children. I'm like, so what do I do?
Right.
And then filling out some forms, coming over like, what special talents do you have?
Yeah.
But I don't have any. what do I do? I lift heavy things. There you go. I'm useless. Yeah. So, but God always finds a way for us to serve His kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said yesterday, just being there and listening to the women, or just putting a smile on a kid's face, letting them know that they're loved. That's a different type of servitude. It's not always building something or installing a water plant, like you said. My biggest fear was not knowing if I'd be enough. Would I be able to do what needs to be done?
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
And I think I'm going to share that same not exact to the T answer, but it's very similar.
Yeah.
You come over here and you're wanting to fulfill what God wants you to do and follow that nudge in your heart, And then when you come here, like, I've never done this before. Am I going to do it right? Am I going to do it enough? Am I going to be in the right place at the right time? It's just one of those things where you want to make the most of what you're here to do.
Yeah.
And that you don't want to screw it up or fall short. And you definitely don't want to disappoint the Lord, so it's, you want to do a good job. That's the point, right? You want to be part of, what we're here to do to help others and be have a servant's heart.
Yeah.
And so, that's the fear that I think I have, is making sure I do a good enough job and play my role and do my part to, serve others and please the Lord and, all that stuff. So,
What's interesting is we all have, like, just in the first two questions, the first question being, what's your expectation? On the bright side, we all share the same thing. is we want to see what the Lord has for us, with what he can do, and what can I do for him.
Right.
But on the fear side, which is more like on our flesh, that's when it became more specific. So it's interesting to see how you all share the same expectation, but you don't share the same fears. It's very interesting. I'm excited to see what happens with those two.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so what made you say yes to come? So let's start again in the same order. Let's start with you. What made you say yes?
I wanted to take the next step in my journey. You know, you get to a point where you feel you're growing, but maybe it becomes a little stagnant,
Yeah.
you know? And so what are you going to do for your next step to get in your relationship with the Lord? Because going to church is great, serving at church is great, but it's the same old, which is not bad. But is it enough? And are you following the Great Commission? You know, when Jesus gives the instructions, not, you know, everyone who calls me Lord will be saved. And they also said, he says in the Bible that, you know, the road to hell is wide, but the road to heaven, the path to heaven is narrow, and few get through it. And it's a harder life, right?
Yeah.
You know, we come here, we know that there's some more sacrifice. Might sacrifice a little sleep, you know, might sacrifice a little bit of motion sickness on a bumpy road trip all the way, you know, for an hour and a half drive when you're watching these chicken buses with smoke coming out the tailpipe and you're choking on the exhaust, and you got moped guys scooting around, and you're just like, okay, let me double check. Yeah, we're good. I'm still game for this, right? You know, it's taking the next step, sticking to your ground, that, you know, you're committed to being obedient to the Lord and making a difference in serving. You know, that's what it boils down to. But
For sure.
you know, that's pretty much it.
Man, a week away from my family to Guatemala.
Yeah.
Like, come on, yo. Honestly, again, like I don't exactly know
Yeah.
what made me say yes. Buenas tardes.
Hola.
Como, like, again, I wasn't originally part of the plan.
Yeah.
So I mean, but when God, and in one of my small groups we were talking about this, but when God nudges you
Yep.
or pushes you to do something, it's kind of plain. Let's
You
see.
do it.
You know,
Like the Nike commercial. Just do it.
let's do it.
Just do it.
So I'm like, why not? I'll do it. I've never been to Guatemala, never done a missions trip. And we were signing up for new missions trips for next year. So, hey, this would be a great time to get my feet wet and see if I want to do it again.
For sure.
So, why not?
And it's raining outside, so they will get wet.
They will get wet. And muddy.
Yeah.
But step in the right puddle.
There you go. You need to judge that puddle.
Judge that puddle.
Yeah.
We don't judge, but puddles we do.
Puddles, you should absolutely judge. You should be, yeah. Okay, so let's see.
So me and my husband, well, I nudged him more, but every year around this time we go on a trip just ourselves, to get away from our responsibilities and like have time as a couple. So I kind of talked to him about, like, I feel like we're so blessed in where we're able to go ourselves that this year I wanted to put that towards doing a mission.
Yeah.
After hearing about it so many times at church and years. So around this time last year, we were talking about it. And of course, we had to think through, like, who's going to watch our kids? When can they watch our kids?
Yeah.
So this one kind of worked with our anniversary too, and the timing and when people could watch our kids. So that's kind of how we did it.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So I said yes because David said yes. But just we wanted to grow together, closer to the Lord, and so we, went up to Pastor Brad and we said, what's the next step that we could possibly do? And then him and some other people had suggested mission trips, so that's where we went around, and they had displays of every city that you could go to and every country or whatever, multiple different ones, and we decided to choose Guatemala. It worked out best with our schedule, my work schedule for the most part, but so then I was able to take off work and not have to stress so much, and then just be able to focus more on here. So
That's good.
I think for me, it was back to I'm from here. And so when I found out there was a mission trip here, I was like, oh, I want to go.
Yeah.
And so I already said yes because my parents said they wanted to take me back 17 years ago when I was adopted.
They wanted to take you back.
They wanted
Leave you here?
Yeah, they wanted to return me.
Oh, okay.
They didn't tell you yet, man, but
No
you're
return.
staying now.
All sales are final.
I actually have your key right here. I said, I'll stay with you later.
You see that spare bed over there? You're staying with us in Spain.
But they wanted me to like kind of learn where I was from, and I figured no better way than to learn where I'm from by serving the people that I'm from. And so that's
awesome.
what made me say yes.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing, man. Okay, last question. Beyond what you just said, your expectations, your fears, overcoming all those things, what do you hope to learn this week? One thing.
I guess learn how to serve others better.
That's pretty good.
Learn how to serve better.
I guess learning how to be more open
Yeah.
and there for people, but controlling my emotions at
Yeah.
the same time.
For sure. Pretty good.
Weirdly enough, it correlates with my small groups that we just started them 2 weeks ago, but it's been over the subject of gratefulness.
Yeah.
So learning to be more grateful. I mean, from where we come from to where we're coming to serve, we got to count our blessings. And so I want to say for gratefulness is what I'm trying to learn here,
Sounds good. Pretty cool.
I just want to learn how to fix my face. No, I'm just joking.
I haven't learned, so I don't know what to do.
I'm just playing. No, it's kind of similar,
Where's the frying pan?
right?
That's an option. Yeah.
I forgot what he said. What was the question again? I'm sorry. I brain farted.
What do
that
you want to
frying
learn?
pan, man.
All right. So that's what I get for trying to be funny, right? And I lose my train of thought. Good grief. The biggest thing I need to learn is, I think, humility, patience, not only how to be a better servant, but being grateful for what we have.
Yeah.
Because there's people in this world that have far less.
Yeah.
And we take a lot of things for granted. So I think that goes back to humility. So I think I want to stick with the humility. Learn how to be humble.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Thank you guys for sharing. So it's Monday. It's raining. We'll be back in a week and see if you learn something. All right.
That sounds
Thank
great.
you for having
Yeah.
us, Miguel.
Thanks for having us.
Happy to have you guys. Thank you for being here.
Okay, so you guys have been here for 4 days. You guys have 4 days of ministry under your belt. You guys are seasoned, shortened team members now, which is not nothing because you guys have great experiences now. So I want to see how the same questions that we asked you a couple days ago, compared to the answers of today, they might not be the same. So what was your biggest expectation met or exceeded, or honestly, yeah, it could also be like that it wasn't met after a mission trip? We can start with David.
Okay. Go ahead, face the camera.
No.
Okay. I would say I definitely feel like the expectations were met. I felt like I was worried that, would I do a good job? Will I be, will I be useful? Will I be engaged as much, right? So I felt like we did that. I felt I did that. I think we all did that, right? I felt like we were all motivated, for the Lord and wanting to serve others and be there for them and praying for them. I felt the Holy Spirit working in us as a whole unit. It was amazing. Yeah,
That's
I think
awesome.
so.
I'll just say that I felt that again, agree with David that the expectations were met in that bonding and creating relationships with other people and serving them and just learning how to be grateful and just love God more.
That's awesome.
I think my expectations were met. I first said that like I wanted to serve more and learn how to serve more and serve better. And I think I definitely like learned how because after watching like and participating in all the house visits and everything, I felt like I definitely learned a lot, and that was pretty cool for me.
And I think you did a great job too.
You did great. I'm gonna have to agree as well. My expectations were met. Came out here with wanting to grow. Like Malachi, learned to be a better server. And we had many opportunities to do that, and I don't believe any of us failed to meet that servitude. You know? So I'd have to say yes. Expectations met.
I'd have to say yes, but not in the way I thought. I've learned I'm and I kind of knew that, like a person that likes to do more behind the scenes and planning, and that's kind of where I strive. And so I struggled a lot with just being there and interacting, which was a big part of it. But I also learned I need to go back home and work on some stuff, just spiritually, and just try to be more talking like initially. Like I can talk a lot to people that like, we were in a bus ride for an hour and I'm gonna joke around, but it's hard to me to do that initially. So just trying to crack faster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's cool because I remember what you guys all shared was your expectation was to be useful and to serve God. If you guys remember, that's where all of you guys had basically the same expectation. And then for the next one is where everyone spread it out. But it's really cool that now your expectations are ever so slightly, they were met, but this is where you notice, okay, individually, I noticed now that my expectation was very special. I'm glad it was met. Yeah. Okay, so second question. Because I have poor memories, I have to read it. So,
Fair.
yeah. So your biggest fear in a mission trip, for some of you, it was not being useful, not being able to talk, not being able to connect. So how do you feel now about your fears before coming, now that you've done the thing?
I think all of us had a very similar, will I be able to talk to people? Will I be able to communicate with them well, where the connection can be made? I think we all did, because I noticed that even with the language barrier, love being a universal language, God being love, it didn't matter what you said, they understood the intent. They understood your presence meant that love. You were there for them. You were there to hear them out. So whether we had a translator or not, we still had that connection. So the fear kind of went away. Whatever fear there might have been went away. And so I felt like, there was presence of the Holy Spirit there to help create that communication through love.
I think the fear for me was the unknown of what I was walking into. But Josephine was very welcoming, and she just made it all flow so easily, and so did you and Angela. Helped tremendously. So, and then I think that you three helped us be able to serve them better.
Like I said, my fear was not being useful, not doing good enough. And I think that fear it's still a little there, like I'm still afraid, like, did I actually do enough? But then there's this part of me that's like really secure and happy and content with what I did. Because I don't feel that way anymore. I feel like I did accomplish what I wanted to do. So,
Brother, you went above and beyond.
Yeah.
You killed it. You did great.
thank you.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, biggest fear was that would my Spanish be sufficient, right? But again, just after like an hour or two of being there, again, the fear went away.
Yeah.
And then even especially at night, once you looked at me like, be quiet, you're fine, we don't need you for that, just be here, connect.
Yeah.
Cool. And again, the fear went away because you show up, well, for me at least, it was just like, I went to my abuelita's house, or we with a house visit. I went to just some tia's houses, I just sat there and listening to their stories. And a lot of Hispanic households, they like to just talk.
Yeah.
And you're just talking with them. And it was awesome to get rid of that fear and also to help others conquer theirs. Because they wouldn't be afraid to ask for help or just to hear what the kids are saying. And so I would have to say it was a pretty great experience.
I'm glad.
My fear was getting too emotional.
Well, I think we all agree.
Just getting too emotional, I couldn't like help because I was so focused on my emotions, but they didn't really care when I was crying. More than likely they were crying as well. And I've learned that I should probably turn that challenge into more of a strength of I really get easily affected by people's stories, by people's struggles. So I need to use that as more of a strength of my empathy.
Because you have a big heart. Like a very sweet and kind heart.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You should get that check.
That's how the Grinch died.
But it's really cool to hear your fears and to hear how they developed, let's say it like that, after a week, because like you said, like they don't care if you speak Spanish or not. Our people are very gracious, but also you guys are guests, and to them you're guest of honor. Guest of honor. I cannot talk. Yeah. And to them it's just the honor of, man, you're here. You flew all the way. What one mom told me once years ago that helped me a lot to know how to run shorten things better was, you're leaving your family behind to come here. And to them, that means the world. Because one mom told me, I remember, she's like, I don't know that I would do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have responsibilities, you have your job. Some of you guys are using vacation time to be here. And that's the part that I see. That you guys could be in a cruise, honestly, and no one will blame you because you deserve rest. Because for whoever is out there, having fun is not a sin. And you guys chose to use your wealth, your savings, fundraise to be here. Because fundraising is a sacrifice. It's a lot of humility to come here. If you use your savings, that's a big sacrifice. Especially in y'all's case, because it's the two of you. Also, you can be your husband, so it's two people's finances. Also, your whole family. It's not $1. It's not $10. So we appreciate that you guys are here and that you saw your fear and then you just went through it. Ange and I, we always say that we'll do it scared. And it's really cool to see how you guys have grown, honestly. I don't know you for very long, but what I've seen and how I know you, you've grown in the last 4 days. And I'll say that being emotional is a requirement in my job. Because it's not, we're not building tables. We're not assembling, it's not an assembly line. It's crying with people. So I appreciate that you were that way, that you are that way. I did not need a translator. I needed someone else to be here and be with us and just hang out. The same for you. You came, you did a great job, and you opened up little by little until now I have to ask you to be quiet. Yeah. And you too, like you guys were very determined to be excellent. I think that's how I can summarize it. And you did. You were. You are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next question. Yeah, that's enough mushiness. Okay, so remember I asked you, what made you say yes to come? I think my question, maybe it's a little awkward, but was it worth it?
What's the worst thing?
Was it worth it?
Okay. Let me check my hearing testing. 1, 2. Okay.
Yeah, it's a sorry English hard.
Most definitely worth it. Like you said, it could have been on a cruise. We could have tried to do a vacation. We chose yes to come here to serve, and I think it's most definitely worth it because the experience of connecting with people, hearing their testimonies, seeing the way they live, how hard they work, what little they have, but in their hearts, they're full of richness. They're full of love and gratitude, and I mean, always putting others before themselves. I mean, we could learn a lot from these people, this culture. It's amazing. So it's humbling at the same time, and it teaches us. I think definitely taught me be a lot more grateful for what you have and how good you have it. Because there's people with less that have a way better attitude towards life and towards God, of course, right? So that's my takeaway. So yes, definitely worth it.
I would say definitely worth it. The relationships that we've built here in this group amongst each other, the relationships that we built in the villages with those families and the children, and just to see a different culture, their different way of life. And even though it's not our normal way of life, they're still very happy and grateful for everything that they have. And just it's amazing how they are so grateful, so praising God every day, giving him the glory every day for everything.
I think for me, it was definitely worth it. Like, beyond worth it, because I got so much out of this trip. And I think there was a time I was like, I would rather be on the beach right now. I want to be here. And I, like I said, I think that's incredibly worth it because I got a lot out of it. I shared a lot. I got a lot off my chest, and I just feel like so much better. And even like dealing with the community, the culture, it was really cool to learn all about them and interact with them because they're, like you said, they have a lot better attitude than honestly I do, and I have a lot more than they do. So I think I can learn from that. So there was a whole bunch of learning opportunities from this trip. Got a lot of it.
Pretty good.
Oh, definitely worth it. Great vacation, great food, great people. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
I was just, you know what I was just thinking generally? I was like, it'd be kind of cool for the podcast if you one of you just said, it sucked.
It was horrible, man. We had to
Just to have a debate.
There's always one.
Yeah.
We couldn't look at the dogs.
Yeah.
I know
That was
that.
just terrible.
I spent my week telling Jenny, do not look at the dogs, do not pet the dogs. Yeah.
Leave the animals alone. Well, that actually reminds me when we were at Myrna's house, a dog got attacked, and I'm looking over there, like, I want to go help it.
Yeah.
It was
Other
by
one that
another
was
pack
barking
of
at you?
dogs. Yeah. It was horrible, but whatever.
Good thing I didn't see that.
Right? It's like, wait, I'm on.
What was the question again? Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Squirrel
Very
moment.
much worth it. Being able to, in a sense, become a family with the community. Again, we're guests of honor. And a thought that I had in my mind, if we wouldn't have come with you and just showed up to their house, it's like, hey, can I hear your testimony? Hey, can I get to chat with you? I honestly believe that they would let you. They would let us sit down. They would even offer us the coffee that we would have to say, hey, I'll take it for lunch.
Take it to go.
Take it to go. But also, being able to connect with each and every one of y'all as well.
Yeah.
Making friends. I probably would have never met you guys at the church, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Or just walk by.
Or just walk by and be like, oh, hi.
Unless somebody else we knew introduced,
Introduced us. And now we have a friend in Guatemala and who's also moving to Georgia or might want to come back here and help out, on a mill, on a whim. And it's awesome because, again, serving, right? Being able to do that and serve these people and help them. And they're extremely grateful. But we run into people that we serve sometimes and they're not grateful for it. They don't show. But God is in our heart constantly pushing us to serve them and serve them and serve them. Because those are the ones that need it probably and they don't realize it. So was it worth it? Yes. Because I have an opportunity where I'm allowed to serve people on a daily basis. But you do it for so long, you feel unappreciated that you don't want to do it anymore. And so coming here and seeing you just be that servant reminded me that, hey, the Lord's work is sometimes very unappreciated. But just because our ego gets in the way doesn't mean that we shouldn't go out and do it. So was it worth it? Yes. Especially with the 10 tacos. 10. Whatever Angela says, it was 10.
Sure.
I agree. It was definitely worth it. I actually have more regrets of like, why didn't I do this sooner? What's the next one I can do? But I really enjoyed doing it with my husband since like he's the person I confide a lot of my fears and my spiritual life with. So that'll be interesting taking that back and us having this experience together to talk through a lot of that stuff and how we can bring it back to our community. It has taught me I do have the time, so volunteering once a month is not going to be a big deal because I did it for a week. And it's also taught me how to be a better parent and how I want to be a parent. And hopefully, like, I love seeing the Coffee family and them together. And
That's awesome.
that's like such an amazing experience as a family. And hopefully I'm able to do that one day.
That's awesome.
Can I add something? Just one more thing. Just the bus rides to and the bus rides back from where we're connecting. I don't think we've ever laughed so hard in our lives.
Yeah.
You know,
Stomach.
between Rhonda the chicken killer and Two Sips Tina and all the other things we've come up with, it's just the bonding and the connection and just created memories, not only with us connecting and bonding as a group, but like what we did to bond and connect with the community. It's just something that will stay with us for the rest of our lives and definitely ours.
And that helped us put on the events because we were more connected and talk to these moms and like laugh with them because we were so connected as a group. Even though, I mean, we did a couple of meetings, but definitely that first van ride was fun.
Yeah. So
They're hoping no one farts, you know. And like by the end of the week, you're like, oh, if you do it, I don't care. We'll just open the window.
Terry-
Open up a window.
I don't know
Terry
if
say
I'm
different
there
on
yet,
the
but
Yeah, probably not there yet.
Anyway,
it's funny because ministry is kind of like it can be like a really great movie or like a bad movie. Like you can tell when there's not good chemistry between two people, and you're like, who casted these people? And I've seen bad chemistry, and I've always said that even if the people cannot understand you, or even if Angie and I were like presenting this as an amazing ministry, whatever, people can smell lies and can smell just when something is not genuine. It's just in your gut, you feel like that's not, I just don't like this. And our people are the same. They can just tell by looking at you, it's like, no, you guys are family. Like Josefina was like, man, they laugh a lot. They talk a lot, which even I was like, yeah. And that's from me.
for a group of gringos, they talk a lot, yeah.
Right?
She said we were her favorite group. So
I don't know if that's what she said. I think they got lost in translation. But it was definitely special to have you guys as our last team with our ministry. I think it was a high note to end with.
And it's been an honor.
Yeah. My honor too. So we have one more question.
Okay.
It sounds like we're saying bye, but we're not saying bye yet. Yeah. Okay, so just in a couple words, now you're home. You just flew back. How do you apply what you learned this week?
That's good.
That's a really good question. But you got to put yourself into action. You know, because like you said at the beginning of the week, we can do this here, but we also could do this at home, right? And I think maybe for a lot of us, it's where do we start? And I think the mission trip kind of taught us that we can do this. We can take the initiative. We can be proactive, and we can get out there and do it just like we did here. So put into practice what we learned.
just to be, I always try to be mindful of other people, and if God put somebody in my mind, to reach out to that person because I felt like He put them on my mind and heart for a reason. But just to be, I guess, more serving them better and meeting their needs better, and just as husband and wife serving each other better and serving our loved ones.
I forgot the question.
How can you apply what you learned this week back home?
I think like one of the things is like you said there's not really an excuse why we can't do this back home.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is we're in a different country, but there's plenty of people that need to hear Jesus, even just in my little area. I know, and even like some of my buddies, I can be like, "Hey, are you doing okay?" You know, and just be there to listen to them and pray for them, just like we've been doing here.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree. You know, faith without works is death. So we can have all the faith that we want, but if we don't take that action, we don't connect with the people, we don't check in on them, do we actually learn anything that we were doing? And like I said last night, back up there, I forget which, maybe it was Jesus that said it, but I want you to spread my word to every corner of the world, right? There's a lot of people spreading the word around the world, but are you spreading it around your world, your community, your friends, your family? And that's where everything starts. Because there might come a time where we can't go to every corner of the world, but children, the young, our kids, if we start teaching them, they'll do the same, and it duplicates. And we start expanding God's legacy like that.
Awesome.
I think I learned a lot of, and we'll take back, like, spiritual gratefulness. Like, I feel like I was very grateful for the things I had, like material things, just with the way I grew up and how my life is now. And I did call them blessings, but the people here have taught me, like, spiritual gratefulness. Like, we're not just grateful for what we have, we're just grateful we woke up in the morning and our lungs are filled with air and we're able to do things, and it's like I'm able to go to work, which how many times do we wake up in the morning and like are grateful to go to work? So a lot of like more spiritual gratefulness, and hopefully that apply like that, having that personally will show like how Josefina, like her presence just shows out when you walk into a room. She doesn't have to say anything, you just kind of feel it. And a lot of people here have, everyone we've met has spiritual gratefulness of, I don't care, I just love the Lord, and I'm so grateful for what they've done, for what he's done.
Yeah. It's awesome. I'll say this on the final debrief, so just pretend you're hearing it for the first time. But I know, right? Exactly. You can practice on that one. If your takeaway at the end of this trip was, they have so little and we have so much, I should be thankful. That's your only takeaway. I failed at teaching you something this week. I love that y'all's takeaway is, man, we should spread the gospel. We should love on each other. We should be like them because they're so rich in their community. I'm satisfied with this trip, more than satisfied. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for opening up, because it's not easy. It's very stretching, very challenging. But you guys did it. And now, go have fun, spend your money. Okay. So this is the Here I Am experience. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to our friends. And we'll see you next time. Bye.